Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, 4Runner Overland. Thanks for watching. In this episode, we're going to be showing you the install and walkthrough of the TheBushCompany 180 XT Max Awning that we installed on the 4Runner. We're really excited about it. We're really happy with the result. It's something that we feel is one of these basic pieces of overlanding equipment that is necessary for comfort. I want to make sure, and I'm kind of on a mission to make sure that the people in my family that aren't really in love with camping fall in love with camping. And this is one of those pieces of equipment that I really believe is going to make the experience for them more comfortable. So come along as I show you a walkthrough, how to open it, how it does in the wind, how to close it, and then a detailed installation of it, because there isn't really much installation information except from the TheBushCompany, but there isn't any information about installing it on a 4Runner, and we did it on our 4Runner in our Prinsu full-size non-drill rack. So thanks again for watching. Let's go. You can see up there. That's how it's installed. There's a bracket right there on the front. Another one is right there. And then another bracket is right there. And then this is the sign for it. And it comes right to the end of the rack. And you can move it. I mean, you can install it however you want to install it. I chose to install it like this so that it's just kind of centered right on the flat part of the roof of the 4Runner. That is really awesome. That is a piece of leather and it's all embroidered. This here is leather. All of this stuff is embroidered on there. Really, really good. And then they double the fabric, this really thick ripstop fabric right here on the ends. And it's doubled over here on the ends too for a little added strength if it rubs up against trees or whatever. So anyways, it's an amazing awning, great wind performance. It stands on its own, and we'll get it opened up for you. So all I do is take this zipper, just go like this. And this opens. And then we get our bag of goodies popping down, so we just store that right here under the tire like they always do. And then we have a Velcro here. And this comes out. And this guy comes out like this. Right here on our ditch light. And then we'll pull this nice and tight. It's just a matter of, ready, Jack? Just pull it tight there. Tighten this side down. And it's done. So, we've got an awning. We've got some shade. We've We've got awning. This is right here, TheBushCompany. So here's the awning. It's the TheBushCompany 180 XT Max awning. It can go on either side of the car. But here you can see that the tailgate is up and the awning fits really nicely. So that on the 4Runner, when we have the 180 fully out and the tailgate up, it's like we have a 270. And that's why I got the 180 instead of the 270, is because of the tailgate. The way I have it is that end right there, this end right here has a strap that comes through here, and it just attaches to this point on the roof rack. And that point right there, we carry shovels and kayak paddles and all kinds of stuff. But as you can see here, the tailgate acts as the 270 portion of the awning. And if we walk through, if we needed to, we could hook up something to make it waterproof, but that's not necessary right now. And here you can see it's very beefy, great structure. These here are 50 millimeter Velcro, so that you can attach walls and all kinds of really cool stuff. Another part of the truss system that holds it up, and there's the mount, which is mounted to our Prinsu full-length non-drill roof rack. And it basically ties down. So I've got it right here, and then I just have mine tied down to this ditch light right here. All right, you can see it's getting a little windy right now. I just wanted to show you the performance of the awning, and it's like nothing. It's like no big deal. Wind, what wind? You get a little more exposure there. I just wanted to show you guys the rack in the wind. It's a little breezy right now. You can see the trees. You can hear the wind chimes over there. And the wind performance is freaking fantastic. I mean, it's like so rock steady, even with this little breeze right now. I mean, of course, it's not gale force winds or anything like that, but I mean, it's fairly breezy out. And it's like rock steady. You can see how breezy it is right now. I mean, it's blowing pretty good. And this thing is just rock solid. I'm really so impressed with this thing. So, I would say pretty impressive in the wind. I'm gonna show you how easy the awning folds up now. So we're gonna just do this in one take, and I'll do it, and hopefully I don't screw it up, but here we go. First step is you take this side, and close it. So I just loosen that. Come over here. I just loosen that, and then I loosen the strap. Then I'll loosen this side over here. Take this side, I'm going to flip this over it, and just ropes. Oh, and then I'll get the bag over it. And then I like to just take these ropes and just kind of fold them up like this. And then just roll it right up right here. You just literally roll it up. And then you grab the Velcro. Pry that one off. Oh, the Velcro's here. I messed up and had the Velcro in the wrong spot. So, like normally it's and that one ties up like that. And then you literally just zip her up. And that's it. Pretty easy. I don't know how long that took, but I don't think it was more than about 2 minutes. So anyways, there you go. Well, I got it on the table. And there she is, the TheBushCompany awning. It's the 180 XT awning. Looks like it's 2.3 meters, sorry. And that's the box it comes in. And we are going to do an unboxing. I love how they have this extra cardboard on the end of the boxes to protect the ends. It's pretty cool. If you had a question about the quality of the TheBushCompany stuff, I mean, just look at the box they send it in. It's like honeycomb, not your standard box, kind of cool. All right, here we go. So tons of hardware, and it all looks like stainless steel, nylon lock nuts, full brackets. So we'll open those up and see what those are like. Nice packing list, inspection sheet. This is the bag that they give you, TheBushCompany, and it has the pegs, as they call it. The pegs in the rope. Here it is, guys. Check it out. This is what's in the box, and this is I think it's the bag, and this is the actual awning itself. And they don't come together because you have to cut holes in the bag once you figure out how you're going to mount the thing. So that's that, and we're going to get on with it. There's our bag, guys. Wow. This is phenomenal. Check it out. It's beautiful. I mean, the quality, it's like, this isn't like some painted on thing. This is like it's actually a piece of leather, and then it's embroidered on there. Really cool. And this bag is really top notch. I love it. The big guy. Pretty heavy, but I started working out this week, so I'm feeling stronger. So these are the brackets. This is on my L Bracket Max, one set right here. And I don't know what that is. Probably the same thing. 3 brackets with the kit. And some sort of 3 brackets, some sort of instructions. I'm sure that's what this is all for. It's going to go onto the rack on the cross member, and then it's going to hang over, and then this mount right here will fit on like that. But let me show you up close. So the bracket is 3-part. It's this small part here. It's this triangle part, and then this long part, and they actually fit together. So I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see if you can. Yeah. So this bracket fits on the inside of this shorter bracket. And then the triangle actually fits between the shorter bracket and the taller bracket as a support piece on the inside there. And so that's how they fit together. And then they're slotted so that these little slots right here, they're actually slotted right here so that this marries up with that. Like that, and then the holes line up. That's how that goes together. Then I'll tighten these up, I'll get it up on the car, and then we'll put the awning on there. Woo! Tighten them all down, get them up on the car. Okay, so these are done, as you can see. And all put together, ready to go. They go here on the rack, but as you can see, they don't line up on the rack. Like, so I can get one side in, but then the other side won't line up. Barely on this hole. It won't actually. So I'm gonna have to just put one side in and hope for the best, but maybe I'll drill holes once it's in and be able to get it in that way. But that's kind of how it's gonna sit. And the other issue is and I had a suspicion once I saw these mounting bolts, but these are the bolts that TheBushCompany provides with the awning. And they're beefy and they're nice. And they're supposed to fit in the slot, but they don't. And so there's no way that bolt's getting into this slot on my rack. And there's just no way it's gonna fit. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out. But luckily I do have these. And these slide in, and they will slide in just right here, and they'll fit in the slot, I hope. See, they fit in the slot. And then I can just put one of these nuts that have an Allen key on the end. And I'll be able to get that done this way. So the way it works is this goes in right here like so, and that goes in. Looks like you can just take this piece of rubber out. That, and that slides in just like that. So I'm going to use those and see how that works. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. You can see that. So this will just fit right on there like so. And you know, the beauty is that instead of those bolts that they gave me, I've got these like I showed you before. And these fit in the slots. And I'm not going to do it right now, but then this goes in, and these fit into here, and I can screw these in, and I can tighten that stud down with a 1/8 Allen key. And so that's what I did here. So I just tighten that down right there, tighten that one down, and tighten this one down.
And since those are tightened down, this comes off. But the beauty is, these are tight and they stay. So now what I can do is I can actually install this and just leave these here, and then I can just put them all up, put the studs in, and then take these off and walk it over, mount it where it's supposed to go, and then I can take the whole thing. It'll be all mounted on and everything, or it'll be all the awning will actually be mounted permanently on here, and I can remove it as I need to. So, you know, there's always a silver lining, and I'm really glad that I found this one. This is the best way. It's just 4 bolts on each one to loosen. I can lift the whole thing off, store it away, and then these just stay in. So that's it. Very simple. All right, gonna keep on moving. Okay, so you've seen me put those brackets together, and I'm getting ready to put them on the car. For the rest of this installation, I'm gonna document, just by me talking to you, what we went through to install it. And then I have some thoughts later about a better way to do it and a much more efficient way to do it. So I put the brackets on the car without the awning, and then I measured the space between the brackets. I transferred that measurement to the back of the awning. Then I put the bolts that TheBushCompany provides into the slots on the back of the awning. Then I got some nuts and used those to tighten those bolts on the back of the awning in locations where I think, through my measurements, it's gonna match up with the brackets up on the car. Then we took the whole awning, we put it up to the brackets to see if our bolts that we've tightened down on the back of the awning match up. And of course they didn't. So we went back and forth a few times. In fact, that was the hardest part, is getting that to match up. Because the bolts that they give you, they fit in the slots, but when you tighten down a nut with them, they move. Anyways, it was a real pain in the ass. Eventually, after a number of iterations, and now nightfall is here, we got things matched up right. And once we got everything matched up correctly, and the bolts tightened down in the back of the awning, we were able to then take the awning, put it on the workbench with the bolts facing up. So now we're sure that those bolts on the back of the awning are the correct positions. And that's when we went ahead and installed the bag and cut all the holes in the bag for the bolts. Then, once all the holes are cut and all the bolts are sticking out of the back of the awning, we removed the brackets from the car and installed those permanently onto the awning. Now, of course, when we tried to put it back up, it didn't fit, because those little bolts are almost impossible to keep tight because they keep moving every time you try to tighten it up. So it was very frustrating, but eventually we got it right. Even though we had already cut all the holes, there was a little play in there. And so we finally got it right. We finally got the awning up on the car. Total pain in the rear. It's not an easy install, okay? But I have some thoughts about how to make it easier. If you have a rack like I have, mine's a Prinsu. If you have a rack that you can reconfigure, you don't have to go through any of that. What you can do is just pre-assemble your awning with the bag and everything. Of course, when you pre-assemble it, you've got to make sure that the brackets where you've pre-assembled them will fit up on your rack somewhere. But if you pre-assemble everything, then you hold the rack up, You find where the brackets fall on your rack, then you reconfigure the rack to fit the brackets. Then you U-bolt it down and it's done and it's simple. So if I had to do this again, that's the way I would do it. The caveat being you have to have a rack that you can reconfigure. If you don't have a rack you can reconfigure and you are forced to put brackets in certain spots, you've got to go through that whole procedure. So I hope that helps. I hope that you gain some insight into this. At the end of the day, I am so glad I went through all of this headache to get this thing installed. It really works out great for us. It's so easy to put up, to take down. There's no legs that we have to mess around with, and we had lots of wind, and it's really strong in the wind. I guess I love it because number one, it does provide the shade and the comfort for those in my family that aren't really crazy about camping. But this is something they don't mind. They like it actually. It makes it more comfortable for them. But the beauty is that it's strong. You don't have to worry about, having poles and tying the thing down. And it's easy to set up and take down. It's literally minutes to do both. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And there we go. Okay, take care.